I'm Alicia, and you're listening to Real Talk Bonus Feature. In this week's episode, we shared Ian's story. Ian's story was recorded live in Chicago, Illinois, as a part of a larger training session that we did on improving both the patient and provider experience in healthcare. After that Real Talk session ended, the audience had a chance to ask some questions, and Ian shared some pearls that he learned from his experience living on the hem/onc ward for 3 months as a teenager all those years ago. Things that he still remembers vividly now and that he applies in caring for his own patients. For instance, someone asked, was there any specific provider or nurse that stood out to you then, or that you remember now? And what is it that makes you remember them and not others? And how does that relate to your experience as a doctor taking care of your own patients? Here's what Ian had to say.
I probably had 50 nurses, maybe. I don't know how many doctors I had come through my room. I guarantee it was probably 50, maybe 30. And I remember, his name was Rob Brodsky. I remember him because he sat down and played guitar on my bed.
Wow.
I had a guitar, which was, not a good idea for a patient to get a guitar, by the way. They would come in and be like, Ian, it's like 1 a.m, please don't play your guitar. But I had a guitar. I didn't know how to play guitar. That's how I was kind of like passing the time, and maybe I could learn how to play guitar. And it was there in the room, and he kind of walked in and said, oh, you've got a guitar, you play this guitar. And he sat down and played Stairway to Heaven. Love this picture. I'm not a good guitar player by any means, but I'm trying to inspire my son to be a better guitar player than me. So, but I absolutely remember that guy. And I don't remember 29 other doctors, but I remember the guy who sat down and played guitar. So that question about what would you rather be doing now? There was a girl in the ICU maybe 3 weeks ago. Maybe it was pretty recent. And when I asked her that, she said, I would go to Starbucks and I would get a grande iced green tea with nothing, no sweetener or anything in it, and extra ice. I was like, wow, that's very specific. And so I actually went on my lunch, or whatever, and I went to Starbucks and I got her that and I brought it back.
Wow.
And she might have been like halfway NPO, but it's like, I don't care. You can have this. We'll pump your stomach later.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, that girl died, and she was 32. She died. Her mom remembered that. She saw the green tea. She asked where it came from, how she got it. And when she died, she reached back to me and thanked me for that. And it was really this just offhand thing that I asked her. And there happened to be a Starbucks on the direction that I was going. And, that's something that changed her life for the final 4 days she had. But also, her mother probably going forward is going to remember that.
Wow.
What we do, we see a lot of people die. And I'm incredibly sad that girl died, right? And my connection with her was deepened because I got her a Starbucks, and now it's like a friend died. I've read a lot of things, and I've seen a lot of people, doctors that I want to be like, and they do that. And I think that I hope that it helps us actually process this stuff a lot better, so that we're not gnawing on it, getting depressed, getting burned out.
It's like that old adage says, it's far better to give than to receive. Most of us sought a career in healthcare because we wanted to give of ourselves to our patients. And when we lose sight of that, when we stop giving, or worse, when we resent what we are giving, our time, our energy, our patience, the work feels like work. It's giving that little extra piece of our humanity, our compassion, our tears, our laughter, our musical talents, or understanding what it's like to just crave that sweetened green tea with extra ice. It's sharing ourselves with our patients that makes the work meaningful, that makes our view from the window more like the skyline of a big city instead of the broadside of a parking garage. Thank you, Ian, for sharing that extra wisdom with us. I'm Alicia, and this is Real Talk.